Hello everyone and welcome back to the SteemTrail Gaming News. Today is the 3rd March of 2018. My name is Kralizec and I will be your host for the evening. Today we got two interesting stories. First, we're going to talk about a possibility of a mobile RPG from Blizzard coming to the market. And secondly, we're going to take a look at Twitch's and Fortnite's bot problem. But let's start with the simpler news for today. Let's start with Blizzard. So, as it is often the case, many games do often get leaked because of job listings in companies, especially when it comes to Blizzard. And there is a new job listing that is saying that Blizzard is looking for tools engineers who can design and implement content tools for a mobile title with experience in C# or Unity development that has a passion for RPG games of all types. Obviously, that isn't really the most descriptive description. It doesn't tell us what specifically sort of a game this might be, whether it's actually coming out or whether they're just doing stuff and are looking for somebody to explore it with. But on the other hand, an RPG title for mobile is something that has been actually pre-anticipated from Blizzard for some time. After a job listing that was looking for applicants to have a passion for creating imagery synonymous with the Warcraft IP a few months ago, and that sort of pointed to a potential Warcraft game, more specifically to a Warcraft mobile game. And a Warcraft mobile RPG isn't certainly out of the question. It could be anything ranging from a very simple just smash the buttons on the screen to kill as many creatures as you can, sort of in the lines of Diablo but on mobile. It could be something as complex as their own iteration of World of Warcraft for mobile, even though I somewhat doubt that. But it can even be something like a game book. It could be literally anything, but I would love to play Warcraft on my mobile, especially if it was, I gotta be honest, I prefer somewhat casual games on my phone. Right now, the game I play most is just some pinball game. It's not something I have to focus on, something I can just play for 10 minutes when I'm riding a bus or when I'm waiting at the doctor's, something like that. And I do honestly believe that is the best place for mobile games. And I can certainly imagine some sort of a game in a similar style to be created in the Warcraft IP for mobile as well. And you need to remember, mobile has been a great success for Blizzard ever since Hearthstone appeared on the market, and obviously that is one of the biggest games out there, especially for Blizzard. They're probably making so much money out of it. It's probably not even funny at this point. I would not be surprised if they were making more money compared to World of Warcraft. And when it comes to the percentages of how much money they put into the game and how much money comes back, I think Blizzard is more than happy with Hearthstone because, well, there are mechanics that need to be developed for Hearthstone, and obviously with the recent ranked up system being sort of, well, a little bit bugged, there are obviously things that can screw up there as well. But when it comes to the actual development of the game, Hearthstone is probably a breeze compared to any of their other titles when it comes to World of Warcraft, StarCraft, Heroes of the Storm, even Overwatch. All of these games require very careful balancing that needs to also impact the mechanics of the game. Well, Hearthstone is just like, yeah, we have these cards, they do this stuff, and that's probably pretty easy to implement, I would guess. Obviously, there's still the server side that probably requires a lot of maintenance for Hearthstone, etc., etc. So there are things that will cut into the revenue of Hearthstone, but compared to the rest of their games, I don't even think there is a comparison. It's just going to make so much freaking more money. So tell me in the comments, would you like to see Warcraft or any Blizzard IP mobile game, more specifically a mobile RPG, come to the market? And let's move on to the second piece of news for today. So Twitch and Fortnite, a combination you can hear very often these days about, because Fortnite is the biggest game currently in the market. It even managed to suppress PUBG, which was just the surprise of last year. And I don't think it was that much of a surprise that Fortnite managed to get above PUBG because of the fact that it is free, and also it is actually a very good game with slightly a bit more casual appeal, and in no doubt highly thanks to its graphics. The graphics, I think people underestimate the value of cartoonish graphics. Fortnite is a great example of this. World of Warcraft is a great example of this. You don't need to have the most realistic graphics you can get to have a successful game, and I think some studios tend to forget this. But what the news today is about, well, it seems that a pretty decent amount of streamers are getting subs, more precisely Twitch Prime subs, that are somewhat fake. And people are now concerned that it might be a bot that is just making tons and tons of Twitch Prime subscriptions and then selling them for the Fortnite themed Amazon Prime. So give backs, more precisely the skins that are included in this. So there were a few streamers, more precisely people like Shorty, Alan Woodman, Highly, that tweeted things like, so Shorty for example said, kind of a weird thing to complain about, but the comprised Amazon Prime account spent subbing to Twitch Prime to channels needs a fix. Surely it's more money in the streamer's pocket, but it's still not right. Alan Whiteman then responded with, I've had 100 plus offline subs subscribed to me. These accounts are obviously compromised, so I report the incident to Twitch. And Haley said, this explains a lot actually. I've noticed this on my end too. Are we sure that's what's going on? So to explain what is probably happening is that you need to take a look into Twitch Prime Fortnite skins. Which, yeah, you need a Twitch Prime subscription to get these special skins for Fortnite, and with Fortnite being the largest game out there, there's no surprise that there are plenty of people who are willing to get these skins even through unofficial means. So, the way this is most likely done, this is just somewhat rumors. It appears that there are some people who buy dozens and dozens of Amazon Prime accounts and link them to some Twitch accounts. And then they sell the Twitch accounts to the people who are looking for the skins for around $5. You can pretty much find many of these Twitch subscriptions to be sold on eBay. And when the people get these Twitch accounts, they're like, yeah, you know what, there's a Twitch Prime here, I might as well give it to my favorite streamer so he gets a little bit more money into his pocket. It actually sounds like a reasonable thing to do. The problem is, it seems that these accounts are being bought with stolen credit cards, and yes, that is obviously a problem. On the other hand, it should be also mentioned that hopefully there isn't like 2,000 Twitch Prime accounts bought with one credit card, because that would be actually a big thing. But if it's somebody stealing 10 bucks off you, you can probably be like, yeah, it happened. You might still be pissed off and you might even be hurting for a little bit, but it's not like the end of the world. But just the general thing is, you shouldn't be trying to buy these accounts because there's a real possibility that they were bought with stolen accounts. And there's a chance that maybe in the future these accounts will somewhat be figured out which ones were a part of this. The items will be taken away. You might be banned for it because it's not ideal for Fortnite to be connected to such a scam, and they might be banning. I'm not saying that is going to happen, but there's certainly a possibility of these happening. So if you were considering buying such an account on eBay or any other service, don't. Just buy your own Amazon Prime, buy your own Twitch Prime, get your own freaking skin. And with that being said, that's going to be it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please consider giving us an upvote here on YouTube and subscribing to our channel. If you are watching this on Steam, maybe you want to give us an upvote and follow our blog. Be sure to leave a comment. There are 2 interesting topics. Both of them warrant a comment. Also, be sure to tune in tomorrow for the weekly podcast with me and Tygergamer. See you guys later with more gaming content.